Let's study 9th standard ICSE Physics, Chapter 2B, Numericals. Now in question 1, they have given a displacement time graph. From a displacement time graph, we can find the velocity by finding the slope. So at time 1 second, 2 seconds and 3 seconds, let's calculate the velocities. Now clearly, the straight line with positive slope indicates it has uniform velocity. So at 1 second, the displacement is 2 meters and the time is 1 second. And velocity is always displacement upon time. So at 1 second, velocity is displacement upon time, 2 meters per second. Similarly, after 2 seconds, the displacement is 4 meters and the time is 2 seconds. So 4 upon 2, again 2 meters per second is the velocity. After 3 seconds, the total displacement is 6 meters and the time is 3 seconds. So the velocity is 6 upon 3, 2 meters per second again. So we can clearly see it's a uniform velocity. Now if we plot these answers on the graph, now since the graph is given, let's plot it here itself in the textbook, otherwise we would have to draw it in the answer sheet. So after 1 second, velocity was 2. After 2 seconds, it was 2. And after 3 seconds, it was 2. So join them with a ruler. That's your graph. Next, in question 3, they have given some information. They want us to plot a displacement time graph. Choose the scale carefully. Time is always on the x-axis. Displacement is on the y-axis. And now plot the points. For 0 seconds, it is 2 meters. 1 second, 6 meters. 2 seconds, 12 meters. So 0 seconds, 2 meters. 1 second, 6 meters. 2 seconds, 12 meters, and so on. Plot all the points. Then with a ruler, join the lines. Always use ruler only to draw these graphs. Don't do it freehand. Any graph diagram. Next, they want the total distance traveled in interval 1 to 5 seconds. For this, we don't need the graph. We can just look at the data. After 1 second, it was 6 meters away, and after 5 seconds, it was 18 meters away. So how much distance was traveled from time 1 second to 5 second? 18 minus 6, 12 meters. And what is the average velocity in that time period? Average velocity is displacement upon time. The displacement was 12 meters and the time is 4 seconds. From 1 to 5, it's 4 seconds. So 12 upon 4 is 3 meters per second. So that's how you will calculate. Now mark the fifth sum as IMP. It's a displacement time graph, not a VT graph. First, find the average velocity in the first 4 seconds. Well, average velocity is displacement upon time. In 4 seconds, what is the displacement? 10 meters. And time is 4 seconds. So 10 upon 4 is 2.5 meters per second. That's the average velocity in the first 4 seconds. Next, what is the displacement from the initial position at the end of 10 seconds? After 10 seconds, the displacement is minus 10 meters. Whatever journey it undertook in the first 10 seconds doesn't matter. After 10 seconds, where was it? 10 meters away from the origin. Minus sign simply means in the opposite direction. Third, the time after which he reaches the starting point. So he reached the starting point after 7 seconds and after the 13th second. Next, in the 6th question, here we have 2 cars, A and B. It's a displacement time graph. So the slope of a displacement time graph always gives us the velocity. And I can see that A is steeper than B. So clearly A's velocity is more than B's velocity. Question number 1 is, what is the distance by which the car B was initially ahead of car A? Now before solving this, let me just show you how to write the statements of question 5. Like this. This is for question 6. Now, car B was initially 40 kilometers ahead of car A because car A was at 0 and car B was already 40 kilometers away in the beginning. Roman number 2, what are the velocities of car A and car B? Now we find the velocity of a car through the formula displacement upon time. That is the slope. Now car A, the velocity is displacement. What is the total displacement after 4 hours? 160 kilometers. And the total time is 4. So 160 upon 4, the speed or velocity of A is 40 kilometers per hour. Now for B, what is the total displacement? Initially it was 40 kilometers away. In the end it is 120 kilometers away. So the displacement is only 80 kilometers. And the time is 4 hours. So its velocity is 80 upon 4, that is 20 kilometers per hour. Clearly, A's velocity is more than B's velocity. That is why A could overtake B after some time. But at what time did they catch up? A was initially behind B, but at what time did they catch up? After 2 hours. And at what distance did they catch up? Did A catch up with B? At the distance of 80 kilometers. Now the 8th sum. Again here, a velocity time graph is given, but this time they want us to plot a displacement time graph. From a velocity time graph, how can we find the displacement? By finding the area under the graph. So for time 1 second, 2 seconds, and 3 seconds, and 4 seconds, let's calculate the displacement. So after 1 second, what is the area? The area is this triangle. So that's half into base into height. That is half into 1 into 1. That is 0.5 meters. So after 1 second, 0.5 meters. Well, this is 0. This is 2, so between them is 1, so 0.5 will be somewhere here, so let me plot it here. After 1 second, 0.5 meters is the displacement. Now after 2 seconds, again half into base into height, that is half into 2 into 2, that is 2 meters. So after 2 seconds, displacement is 2 meters. Here we go. After 3 seconds, what is the area? Half into base into height is half into 3 into 3. That is half into 9, that is 4.5. So after 3 seconds, 4.5 will be somewhere here. And after 4 seconds, what is the total area? Because area always gives us a displacement in a VT graph. Half into base into height, half into 4 into 4 is half into 16, 8. So after 4 seconds, the displacement was 8 in the displacement time graph. And now let's just join them. It will be a smooth curve. In a VT graph, this represents uniform acceleration. In an ST graph, this is a non-uniform velocity. That means again, this is an accelerated motion. In this graph, let's understand the motion. It's a displacement time graph. So there was uniform velocity here, then the velocity changed here. Then here it was at rest at 10 meters. This is rest. Then this is uniform velocity but coming back to the origin. And now again moving away but in the opposite direction. Then it was at rest. Then again it came back to the origin. It's a ST graph. So don't think about this being a deceleration or something like that. No. This is uniform velocity but towards the origin. If it was a VT graph, then you can say that this is acceleration and this is deceleration. But this is an ST graph. So let me show you how to solve the 8th sum. The statements will be something like this. And then you can plot these points. Next, the 9th sum. So it's a VT graph. Always check if it is a VT graph or ST graph. Let's understand this motion. So what happened in AB in a VT graph? This is uniform acceleration. From B to C, what happened? Uniform velocity. And C to D is uniform retardation. Did it come back to its original position? No, it did not. It's a VT graph. Was there any change in direction? No, there was no change in direction. It's moving in the same direction in A, B, B, C, and C, D. It's a VT graph. State how is the distance traveled in any part determined from the graph. Well, by finding the area under the graph. So just copy this answer from here by finding the area enclosed by the graph in that part with the time axis. Next, compare the distance traveled in part BC, that is this area of a rectangle, with the distance traveled in part AB, that is area of this triangle. So they want to compare means we want the ratio. This area is length into breadth, that is V0 into, how much is this? 2t minus t is t. So this is t. So V0 into t is the area or the distance or the displacement. And how do we find the area of this triangle? Half into base into height. Base is time. Height is V0. So let's solve this. So displacement in BC was V0t. Displacement of AB was half into V0t. The ratio of these areas is V0, V0 cut, TT cut, 2 goes up, 2:1. Don't leave the answer as a fraction, write it in the form of a ratio. Whenever they say compare, it means they want a ratio. Now in Roman number 3, which part of the graph shows motion with uniform velocity? BC, of course, it's a flat line. It's a horizontal line. Bravo. Acceleration, that would be AB, and retardation would be CD, of course, uniform. Next, Roman number 4 alpha. Is the magnitude of acceleration higher or lower than that of retardation? Well, looking at the graph, I see that which is steeper? CD is steeper. This is gentler slope. Steeper slope. Steeper always has higher value. So the value of retardation is more and acceleration is less. So you'll say that acceleration is lower as the slope of line AB is less than that of line CD. So please copy this answer. And finally, the bravo part of Roman number 4, compare the magnitude of acceleration and retardation. Now, compare means ratio. But how do we calculate acceleration and retardation from a VT graph? Well, we find the slope. Slope, that is the velocity upon time. What is acceleration? Change in velocity upon time. So this will be V0 upon t. And what about retardation? How do we calculate that? Same. Change in velocity upon time. Velocity is V0 and time is, how much is it? 0.5 t. Difference is 0.5 t. That's the base. So let me show you the calculations. So acceleration is velocity upon time. That's V0 upon t. Retardation is also velocity upon time. That is V0 upon 0.5 t. No need for negative sign because retardation by definition is a negative acceleration. So when we compare them as a ratio, since there is a division of fractions, let's convert it into multiplication of fractions. But then you have to do reciprocal of this. Now V0, V0 cut, TT cut. So 0.5 upon 1. And after removing the decimal place, final answer is 1:2. Next, the 11th question. A ball moves on a smooth floor in a straight line with a uniform velocity 10 meters per second for 6 seconds. So imagine that there is a wall, there is an object, a ball, that is. The ball moves uniformly, it hits the wall. It takes 6 seconds to hit the wall. What will happen next? It will bounce back. It will bounce back again with uniform velocity, same velocity 10 meters per second, in fact minus 10 meters per second because the direction has changed. And to get back to the original position, again it will take 6 more seconds, assuming that no energy is lost. So let's plot a graph for this. A velocity time graph. That's what they've asked. And they've also asked for the displacement and the distance. So, velocity on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. For the first 6 seconds, it traveled at uniform velocity of 10 meters per second. Then suddenly, there was a change in direction. So now, for the next 6 seconds, velocity is minus 10 meters per second. This negative simply means it is now moving in opposite direction. So now what is the total displacement for the first 6 seconds? Area of the graph, under the graph, that is length into breadth, that is 6 into 10, that is 60 meters. Similarly, the displacement in the next 6 seconds will also be 60 meters, but minus 60 because it is in opposite direction. So the total displacement is actually 0. However, the total distance, you just have to add them, it's 120 meters.
Hi students, this is AJ sir. If you like this video, press the like button. If you would like to enroll for my online test series or online lectures, email me or message me on Instagram. Check the description for more information.